Alright, so this video is to just show you how to flush out the air from the vacuum cleaner. Sometimes the vacuum cleaner in the pool doesn't always work that well. Now, one reason for it could be the need to backwash the filter, and that's a separate video. But sometimes it can also be because there is either air in the pipe of the vacuum cleaner or there's a buildup of debris in the leaf catcher. It's designed to catch leaves, but it can get really full. Or you can even get air trapped under the plate inside the reservoir. This is the plate. I've already taken it off. The pump is running, but I'm going to go through all three in sequence. So sometimes if there's just air underneath the plate, turning the pump off and just lifting the plate up, a whole bunch of air comes out and you're good. So that's probably the first diagnostic. If it's still not going great, the next thing to do is to check the leaves in the pipe. So this is the leaf catcher. So basically it's easy attachment, just basically comes out one end like that and at the other end like that. And it's pretty simple assembly, just got a big grey clip on top which just only goes in one direction, like that. Blue lid comes off, basket comes out, and if it's a problem though, this will be full of leaves. Not so full of leaves today. Just reassemble it in reverse, blue lid back on, clip back on. So I'm going to come back to that because I'm now going to show you how to flush the whole system. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pull the vacuum cleaner towards me, because what can happen is that air, as I say, can get trapped in the system. A lot of things going on here. So I'm going to start from the very end, and I'm going to just start from the beginning and flush the air out from the vacuum cleaner. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding the pipe in vertically on the theory that any air in the system is going to continue to rise as I feed the pipe in. I can see the head cleaners drop right down to the bottom of the pool, and the pipe also is staying happily under the surface. If there's still air in there, if this isn't working, then the pipe will rise pretty quickly. It'll be on top of the pool floating as though it's got air in it, because it has. So continue to do this. Through it goes. So that's all the pipe in the water. Now let's get our... So this is, of course, you saw me empty this, so I'm going to reattach it now. So I've got to make sure I get all the air out of this as well, and it goes that way. So the blue head goes towards the vacuum cleaner and little tail goes towards the reservoir. So I'm going to fully immerse it and give it a jiggle to make sure all the air is out of it. And so I'm attaching the vacuum cleaner pipe at the blue end, and then the very last pipe I'm going to attach to the other end, which is the one that goes into the reservoir. All these pipes are standard length, so they're all interchangeable. So feed that in. So the basket's got no air in it. Might have a little bit of air in it. I think I can see a bubble, but I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. So finally, the plate goes back into the reservoir. It's got a lip around the reservoir, so it just drops in there and sits on it. There's only one way to do it, and you'll know, because when you put it in, it's got a really vicious pull. Anyway, it's in. This is the attachment, which attaches the pipe to the reservoir, so the water can flow up through to the pump. Goes that way. The only other way it could go, arguably, is that way, but it doesn't go that way. It goes that way. So drop that in like a periscope. And then finally, the end of the pipe goes in. There's a really big pull on that. And away it goes. So that's it. That's how to clean the air out of your out of the vacuum cleaner. All right, let me just show you what the setup is like inside, just so you can see how that assembly looks inside the reservoir. So there's the plate sitting on the little shelf in there. Underneath that plate is the basket that also catches leaves, and then the water just exits from a pipe that goes up to the pump and the sand filter. And that attachment you can see there, little periscope attachment, just sits in the middle, and the whole thing stays together because of the suction. Once that pump is running, the whole thing does its thing. Now, one other thing to do is that when you turn the pump off, the suction is lost, and that that plate can then rise, and then the next time you turn the pump on, that plate may not go back into position. So the way to resolve that is just to put some weight on it, which I choose to do with some spare bricks. And that means that once the suction is off, that plate is going to stay weighed down. That's it, that's the gig.